And I am not a 14th Amendment citizen. I am a Michiganian, state national. 14th Amendment citizen is bound by your jurisdiction, sir. I am not a 14th Amendment citizen.
What are you?
I'm an American state national.
And what is that?
Which is why there's also another conflict of interest. The state cannot prosecute me because I am the people. So is my wife, and so are our children.
Mr. Leffers, you need to stop. All right. This is case number 26819FY. Ms. Dull appears on behalf of the people. Mr. Leffers appears in the courtroom but refuses to enter the well. I do remember this from the last time we were here last week. The court had removed the attorney of record and indicated that it would have a new attorney appointed. Mr. Leffers, that has not happened yet. We're still waiting for an attorney to be appointed for you, just so you're aware of that. All right?
Your Honor, is the court going to reset the probable cause conference to next week?
We will, but it looks like Mr. Leffers is digging through some stuff here. What do you have, Mr. Leffers?
Well, I should go through that.
Mr. Leffers, before you start, I gave you a lot of time last week, so I'm not going to give you very much time this week. So if you're planning on giving the court a history lesson in maritime law or self-governance or any of that, I'm not going to have that today, okay?
So I have to stand up for my rights, otherwise my rights are forfeited by my subjection, and I will not do that. Your Honor, are we on the public record?
We are.
Is this a court of common law or admiralty law?
Mr. Leffers, I am not doing this today. I've already told you that. We're not going to go through this.
I move the court to take judicial notice of your oath of office to the Michigan Constitution as ratified without subsequent amendments under the United States Constitution. What say you, sir?
I addressed you last week about about the oath I took. I confirmed that you had a copy of my oath. I confirmed that.
Thank you. Your Honor, moving forward, Article 3, Section 2, Clause 2 of the United States Constitution says that when a state is a party in a case involving a citizen, that state, the Supreme Court, has original jurisdiction. The state has a conflict of interest. You cannot unbiasedly represent yourself in the state. The state cannot be a victim. Also, we have been made aware that there is some judicial bonds that may have a monetary value, which clearly gives the state an interest in the outcome of the case, which once again is why Article 3, Section 2, Clause 2 of the Constitution exists. The state cannot prosecute this because it always going to rule in favor of itself. That's the law. Also, discovery hasn't been met because I was never given a full accounting about the bond relationship and the accounting on the bid bonds, performance bonds. And I am not a 14th Amendment citizen. I am a Michiganian, state national. I have corrected my status. I have spent a year doing it.
What do you mean by that? No, you tell me what you mean by that. I don't need you to look at paperwork. You said you corrected your status, so what do you mean by that?
Upon finding out about jurisdictions, 14th Amendment citizen is bound by your jurisdiction, sir. I am not a 14th Amendment citizen.
What are you?
I'm an American state national.
And what is that?
That is a man or woman born to the state in the territories of the Confederation of the Republic. that made up this wonderful place and all the rights and freedoms that we all have that have been abrogated through policy and procedures.
So are you claiming you're a citizen of the Confederacy from after the American Revolution? And when I say the Confederacy, I mean after the American Revolution and before the U.S. Constitution.
No, sir, this predates even that.
Okay.
I am a living man that follows the Creator's law, the supreme law, the law of the land, which no policy or procedure can abrogate my rights or immunities.
So then how are you relying on the Constitution to say that I don't have jurisdiction if you don't believe that you're subject to that?
Yes.
Supports it.
In the First Amendment, we are one. This is my wife, Jelaine. She's been with me for 24 wonderful years. She has had my back. She has helped me grow and understand and overstand so many wonderful things. The Constitution is set up to protect rights. And I have the right to use everything at my disposal. The Constitution is at my disposal, in addition to the supreme law of the land. So is the Bill of Rights. Not to be in dishonor.
How does the Michigan Constitution play against the U.S. Constitution?
The Michigan Constitution, as wonderful as it may be, is not the Constitution. The corruptness that went into it destroyed it. Though it may hold some lingering truth, if you change 10% of 100% of the story, you have deceived everyone that you tell that story to thereafter. And they will never be able to defend themselves properly. They will never know how to manage themselves properly. If the truth was to be told, then the decision, the rightful will choice would fall on the people. And I am one of the people. Which is why there's also another conflict of interest. The state cannot prosecute me because I am the people. So is my wife, and so are our children.
So it's your belief that the state cannot prosecute criminal laws against its citizens. But if you were a citizen of Texas and violated a Michigan law, would the court then be able, or would the state of Michigan then be able to prosecute that person?
State of Michigan. The Texas.
No, hold on. It's Mr. Leffers is the one who has.
Well, as I stated,
We are one in our
First
state.
Amendment right.
Okay. Mr. Leffers is the one who's before the court. Mr. Leffers is the one who gets to speak on the record.
That would be against my First Amendment right.
Okay, I can see how this is going to go. So, Mr. Leffers, you are not releasing any rights that you have, but we're going to reset this then for another probable cause conference next week. And hopefully by then we will have counsel appointed for you and you can discuss your issues with your appointed attorney.
So I do not accept. Also, I am here on special.
All right, Mr. Leffers,
In the case.
Mr. Leffers, you need to stop. All right. I need you to go out to the front window where you checked in, get a copy of your next court date, because I'm not going to allow you to interrupt the business of the court. And as you can see, you're getting pretty close to that. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that you're right. I'm just saying, again, this is not the forum. That's not what we're here for today. There's a procedure to go through for motions to be filed and to be heard. And as I said, I've appointed counsel, even though that hasn't happened yet, to make sure that you are fully apprised of all the options, the way the court works, the way the laws interact with each other. And I highly encourage you to listen to that counsel, that attorney, once they're appointed. You're not the first one to have this situation before the court. You're not the first one to assert these rights. But there's a way that things work, and your grasp of it right now, I believe that you are mistaken in how the laws interact with each other and how the constitutions interact with each other, how jurisdiction works. So once again, I'm going to ask you to go out to the front window where you checked in. I understand you're not waiving any of your rights, but I'm going to ask you to go to the front window where you checked in and get your next court date, and then we will have, again, we will continue working on getting counsel appointed for you.
Judge asked. No, gotta go. It's time to go.